Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on X. Well, it's official. Harry and Meghan were trespassing with the mayor. I don't know how this guy, Victor Gordo, is going to get out of this without getting calls to resign. People literally were told by the fire chief not to go back to their homes, and they gave out specific reasons. I was watching CNN this morning. Here's a clip.
Homeowners are frustrated because officials today said it could be at least a week before they're able to return to their homes. But here's why officials say they really do need to wait.
They're shutting off the natural gas. They're cutting the electrical lines, so there's nothing that you can touch and get electrocuted if it was re-energized by accident. And we're removing the health danger by getting the household hazardous materials out. But for the ones who want to see their home that's been destroyed just for some personal closure, we still have to do those core the core actions that I just described. The last thing we want as public safety and the county and city leadership, we don't want people going back to an area and getting injured.
So can you imagine being one of those homeowners wanting to just see if something was saved? I mean, our family experienced a fire. I'm not going to get into it because what's going on in LA, I'm not going to then be a tragedy vulture like Harry and Meghan. Get these weird stages of grief where for a second you think, maybe that notebook is still there, or maybe that safety pin is still there. Like you really do, because you can't imagine all your stuff gone in one night. It just doesn't compute.
And to see other people rummaging through it,
it's hard. It's really hard. So apparently before they did that stunt, Meghan stopped by the Altadena Teen Girls Fire Recovery Group. This was a group that was started online by this one girl. That's the redheads that you see from behind that Meghan is going for.
People online were making a meme saying Harry's transplant worked.
That's funny.
Yeah, I wish I thought of that.
That's a good joke. So this is the girl that started the group, and she went on social media and it just took off. And I'm sure Meghan wasn't the only celebrity, high profile person to go and drop off things. What the kids did was they made a reel for their Instagram video. Meghan's part was very short. We have told you guys this in the past. Celebrities do this all the time. However, you do not have to be in the reel if you see a camera coming towards you and you're a celebrity and you're there strictly to just like, I'm here at a personal capacity, like Meghan tried saying she was during Wimbledon, where she was like, she didn't want to be photographed. She didn't want to sit in the royal box. She was wearing jeans to Wimbledon and a hat. You can go as a private citizen, as someone in a personal capacity. If you see a camera coming at you with a kid, like with their phone, you can say, you know what, today is about you guys. Can I just not be on camera? Easy peasy, right? So I watched the reel. Meghan was the only celebrity caught on camera. And that's it. The rest of them is like sorting through clothes. What I noticed immediately was the bags. Our place. And Meghan went to the Welcome Project thing. She did that whole spread in Marie Claire. And we found out the next day that it was just a merch ad for Our Place. Now, I'm not knocking Our Place. Our Place is awesome. It's a step up from Pottery Barn. Okay, guys? I have nothing against Our Place. I do have a problem with Meghan being cozy with the rich-ass owner who Shiva tries to say that it's a woman-founded business or a woman-owned. She owns it with her rich-ass husband. You can find that anywhere. Women-owned thing. I mean, I've known about Shiva and her dealings in Hollywood for years. I mean, she just runs in those circles.
They try to manipulate you with the buzzwords of women-owned, and then we realize later that it is men affiliated company, and he brought all the funds to it.
Exactly.
So it's not a big deal. Just stop lying to us.
Yeah, you have really cute cookware if you want.
Yeah, just be transparent.
Yeah. So was Meghan just using those oversized IKEA looking bags to just bring a bunch of stuff? Maybe, probably. It looks like her person in the back who came with her bodyguards.
Oh, I'm sure she has more than one person there. I doubt there's only one person.
But it looks like there was stuff in the trunk. What it looks like to me was Meghan came to drop off bags. I don't think she volunteered, and that's my opinion, because I saw the rest of the reel and it was just a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And they were going around stacking items and getting things ready. You can also, as a celebrity, ask People magazine to not cover it. To just be like, don't mention I was there. Meghan Markle lends a hand to teen girls affected by Eaton fires with donations. Having her support is unreal. The Duchess of Sussex brought supplies and lunch for the youth-focused group. This is just like Uvalde all over again. Gah. Meghan Markle made a low-key visit. See, that's not low-key. It's not low-key. So please don't get any pictures of me. I just want to be here to help out, whatever I can
remember
do.
a charity event with Dionne Warwick, and her and I were sitting in the front row, and this gospel choir started singing, and the camera started panning in on Dionne, and I remember Dionne looking at the cameraman and pointing up there. And that was cool. You know, it's like, why are you filming me when these gorgeous girls are singing right now?
It doesn't make any sense.
But Meghan wouldn't care. She'd want it right on her.
People understands that the Duchess of Sussex lent her support to the Altadena Teen Girls Fire Recovery Group on January 13th, an organization she and Harry have contributed to through their Archwell Foundation. She arrived with new clothing, beauty products, and lunch for the volunteers. Meghan directly engaged with families as they visited, helping the girls with shopping, sharing conversations, and providing much-needed support throughout the visit. If that was the case, she would have been caught on the reel that they put up on Instagram. You would have seen more footage of her. The Duchess of Sussex was spotted in a reel that the group shared to Instagram on January 15th, which showed volunteers at work in the warehouse. Yeah, and there was Meghan and da-da-da. She had 2 full tote bags in her arms. She carries her own tote bags. The footage, which was captured by the charity's organizers, offered a peek into Meghan's efforts on the ground and followed her outing with Prince Harry to Pasadena Convention Center on January 10th. There, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex helped distribute food. Okay. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle take a discreet approach to their site visits, prioritizing meaningful. Contrary to some reports, the Duke and Duchess do not bring videographers or photographers along, instead focusing on directly supporting communities and the ongoing relief efforts. They only stand next to Gavin Newsom's wife. Let's say they didn't bring any photographers. It takes 2 seconds to tip off photographers. How did those photographers know that they were going to go tour the ruins of Altadena? How did they know that? Paparazzi, like Link Lauren said, who now follows me on Twitter, I might add, very excited about that. Link said he was paparazzi, especially during times of disaster, do not roam the streets looking for ex-royals. They just don't do it. Someone on TikTok made a great reel about the difference between what Jennifer Garner did as opposed to what Meghan and Harry did. She was helping out with the World Central Kitchen with Chef Jose Andres. And just look at how opposite it is and how you can do this and still meet people, take pictures with people, act humble, and really help and work.
All right, buckle up, because we've got a tale of 2 very different approaches to helping during a crisis. On one hand, we have Jennifer Garner, a class act, a woman of action, a genuine human being. And on the other hand, Harry and Meghan making their usual headline-grabbing, camera-ready appearances. Jennifer Garner, a literal angel in a hoodie, didn't just show up to a disaster zone. She showed up ready to work. Sporting a baseball cap and no makeup, Jen was out there getting her hands dirty, volunteering with Chef Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen to provide food relief in fire-ravaged Altadena. She washed dishes, prepared meals, and served residents with a smile. All of this while dealing with her own heartbreak having lost a friend in the fire and seen her community devastated. She wasn't there for the cameras, she was there for the people. Meanwhile, on the other side of the PR spectrum, we've got Harry and Meghan. They rolled into the disaster zone like they were attending a red carpet event. Bodyguards in tow, hair done, nails immaculate. Because, apparently, disaster relief is the perfect backdrop for a photo shoot. People in Altadena lost their homes, their loved ones, and their sense of security. Yet here comes the dynamic duo, turning someone else's tragedy into a publicity opportunity. It's giving grief tourists, and honestly, it's disgusting. Jennifer Garner, on the other hand, showed what real compassion looks like. She didn't arrive with an entourage or a stylist. She showed up with her heart in her hands, ready to serve. Her concern for her community was palpable. When interviewed, she teared up talking about the friends and families who lost everything. She didn't make it about herself. She made it about helping others. Contrast that with Meghan, who looked like she spent more time picking out her hat than figuring out how to actually contribute. And let's not forget the bodyguards, because nothing screams "I'm here to help" like rolling into a disaster zone surrounded by security. Who were they protecting her from exactly? The traumatized residents? The volunteers working tirelessly to bring relief? Jennifer Garner's community was literally on fire. She could have stayed home, wallowing in her own loss, but she didn't. She stepped up. The Harkles, meanwhile, want everyone to donate to their charity, Archwell, where a suspiciously high percentage of funds seem to vanish into thin air. Here's a tip, Meghan. If you really want to help, follow Jennifer's lead. Put your hair in a ponytail, ditch the bling, and actually contribute. Better yet, stay home and let the real heroes do the work.
Another thing that really bothers me about the Sussex Squad is they keep saying, well, Meghan's from Los Angeles. It's okay. That's where her mom's from. Yeah, but this was a particular part of LA. It was Altadena and Pacific Palisades. Jennifer Garner lives in Pacific Palisades. Her church burned down. That's why she's there. She doesn't live 90 miles north, wherever they live, Montecito, Culver City, who knows? But she doesn't live anywhere else. So it really didn't make sense why they came. I mean, even when people would ask Stephanie and I, where do you guys live in Southern California? Sherman Oaks. We wouldn't say Los Angeles. Like every time I hear the word Los Angeles, to me, that's foreign. I can tell it's from somebody who has never actually lived in Los Angeles. Like my boyfriend, he would say West Hollywood or the Canyon. He would just say the Canyon. And that was, everybody knew what he was talking about. TMZ, however, went hardcore on Harry and Meghan.
Have you always loved Roman ruins? Is your idea of a vacation taking in the ocean view after a tsunami? Then go Disaster Tourists with your tour guides, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It's the vacation of a lifetime of someone else's memories. Or as actress Justine Bateman calls it, a repulsive photo op.
Got some images that turned into a big controversy this weekend. The images were of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle with the mayor of Pasadena walking through some of the rubble, the ruins, what was Altadena, just getting a tour of this. And then after that, they were seen at Jose Andres. The chef was here with his World Kitchen.
They were at the Pasadena Convention Center, where there's a, it's basically for people who don't have a place to go.
Who've been displaced,
Yeah.
and so he's providing food, and they were there volunteering with him. Seemed like they were doing some good, right? Joining the relief effort.
I found it crazy that there are people, most people cannot
Can't
get
get into
into
there.
these areas, especially Altadena, and they don't even know if their homes are still there because they're not letting people in. For Meghan and Harry to show up from Montecito, where they don't have a home there, and they're the ones that get in and they get a tour, for what reason are they getting a tour? So, I mean, I don't know what the ambulance chaser thing means or whatnot, but why are they getting a tour of this? For what purpose? What are they going to do?
Agreed. It does seem like ill use of resources to bring them in there.
Let the homeowners in to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not sitting well with people in the community too, because look, if you have a celebrity escorted in beyond the yellow tape. It's kind of like, well, what is their reason? And for them, it's, oh, we want to raise awareness. There is no more awareness that needs to be raised. We know the destruction that happened there. We know that there's 20,000 GoFundMes of people that have lost their home. There is no business for them to look at the destruction.
That chick was right on the money. What awareness do they need to raise?
I mean, the Kardashians aren't even out there.
Khloe, though, is looking better than Meghan and Harry right now because Khloe's sticking to her Instagram stories. The Kardashians are obviously doing things behind the scenes like they always
learned
do.
from the Malibu fires.
They learned hardcore.
Big time.
But Khloe went off on the mayor of Los Angeles. So she's becoming this hero all of a sudden where everyone's like, go Khloe. People are mad right now. They're mad. They don't want you to go down and pretend to care. It's like they're mad. They want answers. And Khloe is feeding into that. I'm not saying she's doing that because she truly cares, but I am saying that she is doing what the people want. And that's why Khloe's not getting any pushback whatsoever. So Kelly Osbourne had something to say too. She didn't actually say Harry and Meghan's name, but we know who she was talking about.
Okay, I have a question. Is it just me being my normal overthinking, cynical self? Or is it really disturbing to see all of these celebrities using other people's pain and suffering as a photo op to say, look, I'm helping, I'm doing this, I'm doing that? I don't believe you help so that you can get attention for helping. I believe you just help because you want to. I'm so confused. I think it's so wrong. No one asked you to come out and give hugs. Go home.
Now, first I thought she was also clumping in Jennifer Gardner and Paris Hilton, but then at the end she sort of solidified that it was Meghan and Harry by saying nobody wants hugs.
Well, and Sharon Osbourne has no respect for those two either. I mean, when they basically threw the Queen under the bus and he wrote spare, Sharon was like, no holds bars.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about it.
She
was
left
mad.
the talk, or they fired her for defending Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
All she did was defend him, and he turned out to be right.
Yeah.
And that show is now getting canceled.
Uh-oh.
Darn. Today's animal rescue is Piggy Sue Rescue Farm Sanctuary. She was nice enough to get a hold of us through email, and I really want to thank. Anytime we get suggestions, we love it here because we get to learn about new rescues and we get to inform you guys. Piggy Sue Rescue is creating hog heaven for unwanted or abandoned pet pigs and other critters in North Texas. Go check out their website. We are putting the link in the description below. Share them with friends and family. It really does make a difference. And it's a fun site to look at. You can see all the pictures. They have a Facebook page. It's great.
We just want to thank everybody. Our final total for our fundraiser for the Humane Society of the United States is $14,790. That is going right to the animals that are affected by the fires. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you guys so much. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We love you. Bye.